Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and we're back. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, after a little break to go and celebrate my mother's birthday. And I just want to start off by saying, Happy birthday, Mama. I'm so glad you enjoyed yourself over the weekend. I hope you feel loved and celebrated because we certainly enjoyed our time with you. And I wish you many, many more birthdays. And shout out to her big sister Lisa for putting it all together, getting us all to New York and everything. So I had a blast. So shout out to my mama and happy Labor Day to all who celebrate and everything. So with me on the mic, I have some lovely co-hosts. I have my I Chill, my favorite Taurus, and my gorgeous Moon. Hey y'all.
Hey, happy birthday,
Hey,
Auntie Mama.
Yes.
yes, yes.
Hello, and happy birthday to the hair queen herself.
Hello,
Okay.
wake it up. And you know that Virgo queen, because we my favorite Taurus has a Virgo mother as well. So you know this Virgo queen is going to celebrate all Virgo season. So
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh
Some
my God.
somebody's
Oh,
birthday is in 10 days, and they won't let us forget it.
you damn
what's
right.
up with our Jamaican Virgo queen? Where's she at?
Preparing to torture us about her birthday.
Got her head down, baby. She grinding.
hmm
Okay.
But well, I see. Even though well, I'm sure we missed a lot of tea, but I got some of the latest that was in the news for us to talk about. So let's just go ahead and dive right in.
All
Let's
right.
go. Come on, tell the tea time.
Tea time. Hey.
Yes. Well, the first story, a happy Karen Huger release date to those who celebrate. The Grand Dame is out, honey.
Throwing glitter.
So,
Yay.
yes. So I have this link from TMZ that talks about it. And let me share my screen here.
This picture of her is hilarious.
Somebody playing in her face. Hold on, let me try to share that again.
The way somebody posted a video of a car, you know how cars run in the buildings. Talking about Karen
Mm.
Hugo arriving home. Baby, the jokes have already started. It is so crazy.
Look, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. You know better to be drinking and driving, girl. But we glad to have you home. And you see where it says here from TMZ, Real Housewives of Potomac star Karen Huger released from prison. So Karen Huger has been released from prison after being found guilty of DUI, TMZ has learned. And this is a little clip that they got of her, waving.
I wonder if that picture of her at the beginning is current, like after she got made up in, or is that not?
This I doubt it because this looks like she was on Watch What Happens Live. That looks like Andy Cohen's background.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I don't think so. But it says the Montgomery County Detention Center in Maryland tells TMZ Hugo was released Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time after she served 6 months behind bars. The Real Housewives of Potomac star is getting out of the clink 6 months earlier than expected, having been convicted of 7 of 8 charges prosecutors brought against her, including DUI, negligent driving, failing to control her vehicle's speed to avoid a collision, and more. Excuse me. Sorry. Moving forward, Karen won't. Karen, I guess won't. I guess they meant to say won't be allowed. Karen won't be allowed behind the wheel for a year. She'll also serve 5 years of supervised probation upon release, with an interlock device required once she's cleared to drive again. If there aren't any violations, probation will switch to unsupervised after 3 years.
Wow.
Girl.
Ooh,
Okay.
a little
They
strict.
gave her the DUI book, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, TMZ broke the story. Huger's March 2024 crash in Potomac, Maryland went down when she struck a median and crosswalk sign at an intersection before slamming into a parking sign and coming to a stop just off the roadway. Body cam
Mm.
footage played for the jury shows Huger being questioned by cops after the collision. Excuse me. And I think we all remember that video where she was She told the guy, "You're white," and stuff like that. Iconic if you ask me. But yeah, well, shout out to her, girl. Hopefully, you don't want to go back in jail again, so you'll think twice before get behind it. But then again, I don't know, honey. Alcoholism is a tricky thing for
Well,
real.
hopefully she's getting treatment, cause
Yeah,
girl,
in addition to all of these restrictions, because she will go back if she drinks. So
and
hopefully,
have to stay longer.
yeah, be in rehab and help herself if she's got it that bad. Because with these probation stipulations, it's a fast track back to the jail cell, honey.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't care how much money you got.
No,
Look, she got the young thug deal. Well, no, it's not that bad. Not that, not
Wait,
that
what is
bad.
wait? How long is Young Thug on probation? I forget.
15 years.
15 years, honey.
That's a joke.
1 5.
That's a joke. That is fucking
Mm-mm.
ridiculous.
And like you got off, but
Oh, they want you. They want you
15
to.
years you got to prove, you know, that you could stay out of jail. That's a long probation.
That is a. I mean, that is ridiculous. They don't even give sex offenders or pedophiles that type of probation. They'd be like, oh, just make sure you register as a sex offender. Like, no, you register them as a sex offender, and they need to be on probation for the rest of their life. The hell?
I guess they mad
Agreed.
they did that trial for what, a whole year, and that's all they could give him, so they threw that at him for sure.
They sure did, and didn't prove he did. What did he do? Nothing.
And we have a comment. Shout out to Thomas Jefferson's concubine.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, does anybody want to add anything else to the about the Grand Dame before we go to the next story?
Good luck, baby. I hope you'll be
Good
okay.
luck indeed. Well, the next story looks like somebody who's going to be okay with a little bit of care. We've actually talked about this quite a bit. Um, Psycho Stu. Remember how he was attacked by Roger Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son? So I have this link here, also with TMZ, and let me get it for y'all here. Sorry, just had a little bit of a delay. But you all should see where it says here Psycho Stu out of the hospital after Roger Jackson beating and long road to recovery ahead. So, ooh, it looks like did the screen go
Yeah,
black
can you
for
can you
y'all?
reshare again? It went black. Yes, I was about to stop you.
Okay, let me thank you for that. And give me 1 second. Let me reshare. There we go. Okay, so this is Psycho Stu here, and you all should see by way of TMZ, he's out of the hospital after the beating, but has a long road to recovery ahead. So Psycho Stu, the wrestler who was beaten badly by Roger Jackson last weekend, is heading home after several days in the hospital, according to a message posted to his Facebook. The message posted to the account by himself and his wife, Contessa Patterson, states Stu's heading home after sustaining a serious head injury during the brawl. And this is the statement here. According to the post, Stu has trauma to both his upper and lower jaws, a laceration on the upper lip, and a fracture to the maxilla bone. He lost several teeth during the onslaught. While Psycho Stu's out of the hospital now, the message acknowledging he's got a excuse me, the message acknowledges he's got a long road to recovery ahead. Stu and Contessa say they're grateful for all the love and support, adding the kindness means more than they can express in words. We broke the story. The Los Angeles Police Department has launched an investigation into Raja, son of MMA legend Quentin Rampage Jackson, after he jumped into the ring at a wrestling event, threw Stu down, and started beating him badly. The whole incident was caught on video, and it only ended when fellow wrestler Douglas Mallow jumped in to fight him off. Mallow told us earlier this week. Mallow told us earlier this week Stu was doing better and was even communicating after the beatdown. Psycho Stu's out of immediate danger, but we'll have to wait and see if he ever wants to step foot in the ring again.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
hmm
Why did he
That
do
is.
that? I wonder. That's wild.
Save that energy for people that deserve it. God damn.
So, how it started, and we have actually because this story is in two parts actually, and I'm glad y'all asked that because remember we talked about his dad, Rampage, was saying he didn't say but so much because I guess his lawyers advised him not to really say much, but he said he was being sent racist like attacks after what happened to his son and stuff.
Right.
So he released, but he also said he condemns his son's actions and shouldn't even been there in the first place because he's an actual boxer and that's a wrestling event and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more that I have here by way of TMZ. Let me get that for y'all here. And hopefully this won't take away the screen share and make it blank like the last one did. Oh, go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I just wanted to ask, did anyone ever find out if Raja Jackson was banned from the Kick platform, the streaming platform?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't find that out. No. I imagine after all of this and him being investigated by the LAPD, I wouldn't see why not.
he's probably gonna go to jail. So if he ain't banned now,
Um,
he'll probably be
to
in
be
jail.
honest, though, but it also adds like what Rampage is saying about his son is actually adding a little more context about what happened and how it even got to that point. So y'all should see here by way of TMZ, Rampage Jackson. He says Raja was a total piece of shit, but Psycho Stu's at fault too. So, well, I'm gonna read the story and then read the update. So, Quentin Rampage Jackson's blowing up at haters online who are sending his family threats, admitting his son Raja acted like a total maniac, but Psycho Stu needs to take some blame too. The MMA legend popped off on Instagram Monday morning, sharing a screen grab of a commenter calling for the streets to take out Roger Jackson after he brutally beat down Stu in the ring. Rampage shared a long Instagram caption in which he told people they've all gone too far, namely throwing violent and racist threats at him and his family. Jackson says, "Yes, my son took things too far, and I'm pissed at him for being a piece of shit and the way he handled it. But if Psycho Stu wasn't drunk and wouldn't have hit my son over the head with a real beer can while he was live streaming on his own stream, then Knox wouldn't have wouldn't have felt like they had to make things right by letting Roger get his get back in the ring." So, yep, that's what he said. Then there was a video of him streaming. He hit him upside the head with a beer can. But anyway, Rampage says he wishes Roger went to the cops instead of beating up on Stu at the event. But now he needs to face the consequences for going too far because he knows better. However, Rampage thinks people are struggling to see past the wrestling storyline to realize where the line between performance and real life fight begins and ends. Jackson adds that the narrative that his son beat up a veteran with PTSD for no reason after jumping into the ring where he had no business being is totally unfair, even if his son messed up by continually beating the man once he was on the ground. Rampage finishes off his message. Let's all learn a lesson. Keep your damn hands to yourself. If you get paid to do fake fighting, don't respect people that do the shit for real. Now, I put myself in the shit. DM me now. As we've told you, Psycho Stu is out of the hospital after the brutal beating Roger put on him, and cops are still investigating the incident between Jackson and Stu. And lastly, we spoke to WWE legend Mark Henry, who agreed with Rampage's take, arguing that Roger went too far, but Stu should have known how a non wrestler might react to the whole storyline. Basically, Rampage isn't excusing his kid's actions, he just wants people to step back and see the full picture. So, yeah, there you have
Mm.
it. It started because he hit him upside the head with a beer can.
Yeah, he
And,
took it
but
too
it was
far.
so weird. Agreed. It was
Yeah.
so weird because Raja even apologized like before that. Excuse me, Psycho Stu apologized to Raja, before like all of that happened, but still he got in the ring after the apology and did all it.
Male
That
ego. Male ego. That's all that is.
yeah. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I mean, say what you want about wrestling, but those bumps and bruises are very real. You know, so even though they may not be considered quote unquote real fighters, what they do is definitely real. We see that in the impact not only on their careers but outside of it after they're done as well. So I don't like how Rampage was so dismissive just because someone doesn't have a concussion every week from deciding to ram their hand into somebody's face. Don't discredit somebody else's work because it is definitely hard work as well. So
Mhm.
Yeah, wrestling is definitely a coordination of like, of those moves, and it's not meant to really hurt, but shit happens, accidents happen. So they do get hurt or hit and sometimes when they're not supposed to, but still ain't yet. Buddy, you just got yourself some jail time because your ego couldn't let that, simmer down. And that's unfortunate.
Agreed.
Did it in front of so many witnesses. He beat those slop out of that man.
Broke teeth, honey.
Mm.
And broke the
Yeah.
upper and lower jaw or injured it. Like, my
Oh,
God.
hey, chill. Are you proud of me the way I pronounce maxilla right?
Yes,
I
darling.
said, chill. I'm gonna make chill proud.
You did it right.
Well, does anybody want to add anything else about Raja or Rampage before we go to the next story?
I'm seeing some
No.
headlines on the right side, like, what? Anyway,
Yep, child. Well, this next story, I don't know if y'all remember, back a couple of months ago, back in June, we talked about Rampage. Let me get him off my brain. We talked about Macklemore, and Macklemore, while he
Oh,
was away, his home was burglarized, and then the nanny who was there with his three kids, she got sprayed with bear
yes,
mace. Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
They caught that motherfucker who did it, honey. They caught
Yep.
his ass.
Good. Good.
And it turns out he was actually being investigated for like a string of robberies, honey.
Mm.
Ooh.
So, well, unfortunately, I know my co-host Chili has to go soon, so she probably won't be able to see this entire video. But I have this news clip that talks about this man here from Seattle, Fox Seattle. And give me 1 second here. And honey, that he has plenty of asymmetry in his face, honey. I tell you, and he was
Oh.
black. The dude was black.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so disappointed.
I
Look
know.
at that stash.
I
Jesus.
know. Jeez Louise. Mm,
Child,
mm,
yes. But
mm.
let me get the video here. Oops, sorry. Let me show y'all. Let's let that it's taking a minute for the video to load. Here we go.
The primary suspect in a high profile robbery was back in court today. Investigating stealing.
Fox down to the 29-year-old's lengthy criminal history.
Nearly 3 months after police say two people ransacked Seattle rapper Macklemore's home, assaulted his nanny, then stole thousands of dollars worth of personal items, including a Seattle Sounders ring, Patrick Masonette was arrested at his home in Renton in connection with that home invasion robbery. Police say that arrest where detectives found as well as stolen watches. Seattle police say many of these items were taken from the rapper's home, along with other high-profile celebrities. Let's look at the overall timeline. According to court documents, back in August of 2023, Masonette was in transition housing and was signed out by his grandmother paper a Beacon Hill home. Video shows him tasing the victim, stealing his wallet. According to court documents, the very next day, another robbery. Police say he stole firearms, and the victim in this case identified Masonette as the suspect because he was the boyfriend of her close friend. Photos inside court documents show he appears to be wearing the same clothes during both crimes. Court records say Masonette was released last year on electric home monitoring, but cut off his ankle monitor and continued to commit crimes, including a robbery out of bail status, but it appears he was never found. Court documents described him as a high violent offender with a significant violent criminal history. He also has since Zawa Fox 13 News.
I
This
didn't
afternoon
see a video. Did y'all
in King
see the?
with Rob charge stems from a watch worth $30,000 store in Bell. Charges have been filed yet in the
So I'm
Macklemore.
I'm sorry to.
I can't see the video.
Oh
Do y'all
no.
No,
show
I
us?
couldn't
And
see it
it
either.
Oh, okay.
I just see the stash, the
Yeah, that's the
stolen
picture
goods.
I see.
You have to navigate through this jumbotron thing, and it's on a different slide
Oh,
altogether.
it's on slide 5.
The,
No,
what's
this no, that's
what's
not
on
it.
four for me?
Oh,
it's
It's on 4.
oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh, it
okay.
really? It's on 4 too. Yeah, okay.
and you know what, y'all? That was my mistake because usually I try to switch it back to the with the control. I can control the slide,
Oh,
and
okay.
I totally forgot to switch it back to four.
Oh,
My stupid ass was sitting there playing that whole video this time, and I forgot. I'm sorry,
Well,
y'all.
just skip forward just so we can see what he looked like. I mean, I heard the video, I just didn't see it.
Okay, well let me. I'm gonna see if I can rewind it. Let me see.
Home
Yeah.
invasion case. However, we have learned Seattle police arrested
Here
the
he
jewelry
is. Here. Oop.
Alleged he walked up to a man outside of a Beacon Hill home. Video shows him tasing the victim, stealing his wallet,
Damn.
jewelry. 3 Masonette was in transition housing and was signed out by his grandmother. During the time he was away,
There
court
he go.
papers
Let
allege
me. Damn it! I tried to
Mm.
pause it, but you
Yeah,
saw what I was.
I saw him. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I bet he won't get another ankle bracelet. He cut it off and continued to do crimes like that. That is crazy. But anyway, got a scoop.
Mhm.
Have a good
I
show.
did chill. We'll see
I
you
leave you and my
tomorrow.
capable co-host,
We
and
here.
see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
See you tomorrow. Thank you. And yeah, so that's that on that. And does anybody want to add anything about this crazy man? Other than I think we're all disappointed. Like I was hoping that this, especially for him to be spraying the nanny with the kids in the house with spraying them with bear mace. I was really hoping that was not one of us. Damn it, he's one of us. Jesus. But does anybody want to add anything else about his crazy ass before we go to the next
Nah.
story?
So
Nah.
well, I guess he just loves jewelry. He went from a nice black anklet to some shiny bracelets. So I guess he upgraded. Good for him.
He
I don't
upgraded.
know how he thought he was gonna get away with that. I don't know why they think they're gonna get away with this stuff.
Well, and I don't know if this news clip mentioned it, but the pawn shop that he was selling it to, that the owner of that pawn shop, he was implicated also because I guess they had something going on between the two, allegedly, where he was taking all that jewelry and I guess paying him for all that stolen jewelry. So go ahead, favorite tourist.
The irony of that man taking Macklemore's stuff to the thrift shop. That's wild.
Oh, well, does anybody want to add anything else before we go to the next story? Oh, that was a good one. Well, this next one, honey. Well, remember we talked about Snoop Dogg, honey, where how he felt about his grandson and him feeling like he shouldn't have to educate his grandson on LGBTQ relationships while he's seeing movies or kids' movies, whatever. It was alleged that he was in the comments and stuff, trying to defend his actions or trying to defend himself, and but saying like, please help me learn what. Child, it turns out that that shit was all fake. That wasn't even Snoop Dogg at all. So I have this link here from Hollywood Reporter. So ultimately, Snoop Dogg has not responded to this yet, and if he did, I didn't see it. But let me get the link here. Okay, and let me make sure I go back to slide 4 so we can see what I'm looking at. Okay, but you all should see here by way of the Hollywood Reporter. Snoop Dogg's rep says comments addressing backlash over his criticism of LGBTQ representation are fake. So, a rep for Snoop Dogg is saying that comments posted on Instagram responding to the backlash he's received after he criticized the LGBTQ representation in Disney's 2022 animated movie Lightyear, are fake. Someone claiming to be the rapper and hip hop icon recently wrote in the comments of a Hollywood Unlocked Instagram post, which featured T.S. Madison calling him out. I was just caught off guard and had no answer for my grandsons. All my gay friends know what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers for a 6-year old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect, the person claiming to be Snoop added. However, now his rep is saying those comments were not written by the rapper. It's unclear who's behind them. Last week, the Gin and Juice rapper shared on the It's Giving podcast that he was taken by surprise when he took his grandchildren to see Pixar's Toy Story spinoff, as it featured a montage of two women sharing a kiss and raising a child together. He said this led to a whole bunch of questions from his grandchildren about same sex couples that he said, I don't have an answer for. They're like, she had a baby with another woman, Snoop recalled on the podcast, which appeared to remove his comments on the matter from the YouTube episode. Well, my grandson is in the movie is like Papa Snoop. How she have a baby with a woman? She's a woman. The Drop It Like It's Hot artist remembered thinking at the time, "Oh shit, I didn't come in here for this shit. I just came in here to watch the goddamn movie." Snoop said he tried telling his grandson, "Hey man, just watch the movie," but that he just kept firing off questions. They just said she had a baby. She had a baby. They're both women. How does she have a baby? It fucked me up, Snoop added. It's like I'm like scared to go to the movies now. Y'all throwing me in the middle of shit I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids. We have to show that at this age. They're going to ask questions. I don't have the answer. Lightyear, the origin story of human space ranger Buzz Lightyear, including an LGBTQ relationship between Buzz's best friend and commander Alicia Hawthorne, voiced by Uzo Aduba, and her wife Kiko, with glimpses of their life as a couple and an on-screen kiss. Following Snoop's critique of the animated pic, screenwriter Lauren Gunderson defended her decision to include the queer couple in the film. I was one of the few writers they had on it over the years, which is very common for a screenwriting, of course. I had very little to do with the final script, she wrote on Instagram, but I was proud to see a happy queer couple, even for a few seconds on screen. I know they got a lot of shit for this inclusion, but stuff like this matters because beautiful love like this exists. Gunderson continued, it's not fiction. What is fiction is Zurg and the lightspeed space travel and murderous aliens and a talking robot cat, long live socks. So, yeah, long story short, it was fake. He didn't say that.
Well, he said the first part, which is he's stupid.
hmm
What do you mean? It's easy. And they act like when they go to school, uh, kids in school don't have 2 months. Like, what are we? But it's okay when you was doing your other little stuff and girls kissing girls. You was all right with that. But
Wake it up. A motherfucker who used to do porn tapes can't tell me shit about shit. And my thing is, I saw a comment on Twitter once that said it beautifully. They said you have a problem with explaining LGBTQ to your children because what you're trying to do is find an answer for them. You have a hard time finding an answer that lets them know you don't want them to let them know that it's okay, but you also don't want to look like a bigot. And that's just really what it is because that conversation was very easy to have. But whatever. I don't have grandchildren, so that's that on that. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Uh, if we're gonna be honest here, what do you expect from a person that willingly put his DNA in the form of a used blunt into a encased whatever, signed it and sold it to most likely a white person bought it. Like, like someone who has that short of a mental capacity, you expect them to understand even the basics of let God be true quickly to you. Like, oh, it don't make no sense. Like,
hmm
and just say, yeah, just say you're a bigot because you ain't gotta have grandkids. I had my son. I had that same talk about there's different families, and when he was little, and plenty of his friends or, classmates, even our neighbors, they're two moms. We have a neighbor right next to us, a lesbian couple, and they're about to have their second kid. And before
Nice.
that, I would tell him, like there's everybody's family is different, and there's sometimes there's two moms, sometimes there's two dads, sometimes there's just one or a grandmother or whatever. It's not hard. He's just ignorant, just like that's why he took his stupid ass up there to put song jig for fucking Donald Trump and all them fucking crack ass Republicans. Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't got off track. Sorry.
No, you didn't. You right on track.
Because I'm really like I really am disappointed in Snoop, just from going from being how knowing that Trump is racist and all that stuff, to then to go jive and shuck and juck to get some other raggedy ass motherfucker out of jail or whatever, and threw everybody else under the bus. So yeah, he know he could have just shut up. I hope they don't hire his ass for nothing else. You was up there for
Hmm.
the Olympics, all like you so inclusive. You,
And you need a retwist. Anyway, go ahead, favorite
you need
Taurus.
to get a new hairline.
He's all inclusive to his wallet, and that is it. The only
That
reason
part.
why we have to recognize, like, a lot of the foreign potatoes policies are in favor of folks in his tax bracket. So
It don't matter. You know where you from. You didn't always have that fucking tax bracket, and them motherfuckers will make sure they take it away if they can. So what do you mean? You gonna leave us? You just gonna leave us for dead when you know that's where you came from? Fuck you.
he left us for dead in the '90s. If we're going to be honest,
Hmm.
Well,
the thing
true,
the,
but
thi- the
still.
thing is the thing is like, the same thing with Serena, right? Like, these people, even though they identify with identities that belong to the three of us, well, the three speakers here, there's a disconnect when it comes to their livelihood outside of that, because based upon how they operate in the world, it is so far removed from anyone else for the majority of people that look like them, so they adopt a new identity that best aligns with where they are in life at that time, you know. So even though this person may have made art, um, that stemmed from where he came from, it was geared towards an audience that he wanted us to buy it, to line his pockets. Like, people tend to lose the plot very quickly and very early once they realize that their talent and their proximity to any type of privilege will allot them a certain amount of success and fame. And he is no different.
Hmm. You're absolutely right. And even the response that he gave during that Trump that where he was like, "Well, I got what he say, 30 people mad at me when I made $30 million." What or something? He's just real reductive, and I'm just like, dude, you are missing the. But that brings us back to that weakest link conversation. Like it's
Ugh.
usually cis hetero
Uh,
black men are the weakest link of the black community, unfortunately.
And you know what? Me and my friend yesterday, we took it all the way back to the motherland. They have been the weakest link quietly, not so quietly.
Yeah. I need y'all to get it together. It's hard for me to root for y'all. I want to root for y'all, but y'all supposed to be the leaders of the lead, damn it, and lead with integrity. Oh my God.
No, and it's always when there's one that's supposed to be leading or wants to lead the revolution, there's always one in the group that ruins it.
Hmm.
That ruins that, like, just using the example of Nat Turner, like trying to lead the revolution. You know it was somebody that gave him up, that was in the circle that gave him up. They and all the other people didn't want to join. Do you know what? It probably would have. It We would probably be in a different position if they could have had that revolution sooner. But hey. Here we are.
And
Here
to be
we.
fair, I mean, the majority of these leaders, they want access. They don't want to lead anyone. They want access, and that's all. It's become abundantly clear. And to your point, Miranda, same kind of in a similar vein. It's like there's a reason why Nat Turner's remains are still in the households of some affluent white people, like his actual like uh body parts.
Yes, yes. Skin, yes. They did him so dirty. And this is a real discussion me and my BFF had yesterday because if you think back, it was always a black man selling out another black man. It
Hmm.
was always another black man impeding progress. I can't I have to say that I think like a Tim Scott or somebody like that, they come from that lineage. That's why they're so comfortable being coons.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
have to come from that lineage to be a ass kissing, self degrading piece of shit, selling out your whole community to be in proximity.
I
And it's
certainly believe that that has a lot to do with it. The link, because I know if I were to come out there speaking and saying some anti-black shit, my family would eat me alive. Both sides of the family. So
Beat
I,
your ass.
yeah.
So you know he had to come from people. He had to come from them type of people. That's the
Hmm.
thing I had to think about because I was like, how do you come from a black woman and you do like I'm just trying to figure out like how do you do that? Like how do you come from a black family and then it's just so easy for you to sell them out, sell out your whole people? And I was like, they had to come from the lineage of them type of people. If you go back all the way back to Africa, the reason why a lot of people got taken was because other tribal chiefs and stuff sold out other ones and worked with the white people. So it goes all the way back. It's always been the weakest link. Ain't that sad?
It really is.
Craziness. Sorry. I know that was a whole tangent in itself. Sorry.
This is what this show is about, honey. Well, does anybody want to add anything about the weakest links or Snoop Dogg before we go to the next story? All right, well, our next story. So I'm sure y'all have probably seen. It looks like as of yesterday, I believe, Funkmaster Flex is now it now has a new time slot on um on Hot 97. But he made it seem as if like he was just not going to be there anymore. Like when he first announced that news, he was just like, I'm doing my last show on Labor Day at
Yeah.
7 p.m. So it turns out is that because I had questions. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Because Funk Master Plex is the literal face of Hot 97. When you think of that, you think of him. So, but it turns out that he is moving to another time slot. Because he's moved to another time slot, DJ Enough has alleged that Funk Master Flex did some snake shit to get him fired.
Also,
So,
somebody else got fired
hmm
or let go.
yes.
What? Mess. Look
So,
at that key.
Funk Master Flex has actually he responded to this. He said it was some snakes, but it won't me.
Mm.
So I have this link from Vibe that talks about it, and let me get that for y'all here.
Low key, but
Shade,
hasn't he always kind of been
honey.
a snake anyway?
They're saying allegedly.
Wait, you went out. Wait. I didn't hear it
Well,
before the allegedly.
that's what I was saying. Allegedly, he's been a snake. That's
Oh,
allegedly.
okay. Okay,
That's all I.
okay. Yes, you're right, allegedly.
So, well, Vibe says, Funkmaster Flex says, Snakes got DJ Enough fired from Hot 97, not him. So that's Funkmaster Flex, that's DJ Enough. Hot 97 will sound very different moving forward, as major shakeups in their daily schedule included DJ Enough getting fired. Many people believe Funkmaster Flex may have been behind the 56-year-old DJ being let go, but the audacious personality said otherwise. TMZ could never twist me up to flip on my guy. I love him to death, Flex said during his final 7 p.m. broadcast on Monday evening, yesterday, before he moves to the 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. block. Initially, due to the phrasing of his announcement, people thought Flex was leaving the popular NYC radio station, but it was merely one of multiple shift changes that came with one shocking casualty and enough being dropped. Nonetheless, the 57-year-old DJ asserted that he would not need to work against anyone due to his status. Oh, work against anyone else due to his status, excuse me. I would never have anything to do, not just my brother. I would have nothing to do with anyone being fired or no longer here. You know why? I'm too hot, he added. Why would I be worried about anybody in here? Why would I feel that anybody should not be here? I don't believe in that. I don't influence that. I don't need to. I like to grind. Listen, he grinds too. Everybody grinds. So the Bronx producer continued by saying that Enough and others should be more focused on the people he believes are in his corner, but may have actually been sneakily conspiring against him. The people who snaked you, man, was in that video on your goodbye. The people who snaked you were standing outside when you was with TMZ, Flex said. They were standing with you, my brother. You go back to that video and you really look at their faces. The people in the TMZ video were Enough's wife, plus his former co-workers, DJ Drewski, DJ E Styles, and DJ Lady S. Lady S Enough cried when being interviewed and stated his belief that Flex may have been responsible for his firing. Notably, Drewski was given a new DJ shift on the station, taking over the 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. slot. Um, Nonetheless, Flex doubled down on giving Enough his flowers and highlighted how he changed the game with his 27-year run. He's the originator of putting the lines at those Spanish clubs around the block. There would be no Spanish hip hop parties without DJ Enough, Flex stated. He's the originator of it. He's the originator of doing 2 or 3 bookings a night, moving around, doing his thing. Somewhere between there and now was no longer there for him. Uh, child. I don't know, but I would actually love to hear what his ex-wife Monica would have to say. So shout out to Monica because Monica, fun fact, was actually one of the first celebrities that I followed on Twitter, and who she followed me back and started interacting with me. She really, really sweet woman, and she had a show that could. I don't know if y'all remember when TLC. Well, I was about to say briefly had like a reality show TV run, reality TV show run,
Yeah.
but she
Uh-huh.
had a show because they still do have that shit on there. But
They
but
do.
yeah, girl, they still got them old whack ass reality show. What like the sister wives or Mormon wives or whatever. Girl, I ain't watching that shit.
Mm.
But I did watch Monica's show because it was called Starter Wives Confidential. She was like the head of the show. She was like the Shawnee O'Neal of that
Oh.
show, producing and all. It was
Oh.
good. It had her on there. It had the
Now is this
Tashira
Flex's
DMX's
wife?
ex-wife.
Is
Yes,
this
Flex's
the
ex-wife.
ex-wife of Flex? Okay.
Yep,
Hmm.
really, really nice lady. Her name is Monica Taylor Jones, I think. I think I might be
Hmm.
messing up. I know her first name is Monica for sure.
Okay.
But yep, she had the Tashiro DMX's ex-wife was on there. They tried to get 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend on there, but he shut that down.
Okay. I remember hearing something like that about that.
But
Girl, you
yeah,
shouldn't let that fool run your ship. Mm-mm-mm.
so I would love to see like what I'm gonna look at the news to see if any because I'm sure somebody's gonna catch up with her just to see what she has to say about it. I would love to hear her opinion on this.
Mhm. Well, I've I've heard a lot. I've heard through the grapevine over the years that nobody really likes Flex, but I guess he has a lot of power. But radio is a dying, outlet these days. So we'll see.
hmm Well, baby, do y'all have anything else to add about Flex or DJ Enough before we go to the next story?
Mm-mm.
Child, this next story, I could not wait to talk about this with y'all, honey. Because well, first of all, when it broke like a couple of years ago, so first of all, y'all, I'm sure y'all remember the Fugees. Y'all remember Fugees,
Yeah.
Wyclef Jean, Lauren Hill, and Pros,
Uh-huh.
honey. But do y'all
Mm-hmm.
remember when Praz, got caught up for treason? I don't know if y'all remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do with his stupid ass. Mm-hmm. Remember? Yeah.
Oh, well, baby. So I guess I'm not gonna say luck is on his side, but his sentencing has been delayed because he had an emergency cancer battle.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
So
unfortunate.
yeah, that's why I didn't want to say like luck is on his side because that's clearly not lucky. But his sentencing is being delayed for that. And I have this link from All Hip Hop that talks about it. Let me get it for y'all here.
Oh, he looked bad. Oh shit.
Move,
That was
I don't mean
not.
to laugh.
I didn't mean to, but like I remember '90s like that. That I was like, whoa, who is this guy?
That is prize, honey. And you see here where it says by way of All Hip Hop, Fuji's MC, Prize sentencing delayed after emergency cancer battle.
Mm,
So Praj Michelle was supposed to face judgment in a Washington courtroom last month. Instead, the Fuji's rapper found himself in a hospital undergoing emergency colon cancer surgery.
oh
This recent
shit.
development that forced a delay in his long-awaited sentencing. Yeah,
Oh,
honey, once
I,
the
I
colon cancer, you already
colon
know.
cancer. Oh, he yeah. They don't even need to put him in jail. It's a wrap.
Unfortunately. So Michelle, whose legal name is and please forgive me if I mispronounce this, but Praz Prakazrael Michelle had
Uh-huh.
been slated for sentencing in his federal conspiracy case, where he faces up to 20 years in prison. According
Mm,
to his legal team, the health crisis took priority. Praz was unable to attend his scheduled sentencing hearing on Friday due to emergency medical surgery to remove cancer from his colon, his spokesperson, Erica Dumas, told Complex in a statement. We
mm.
wish him a complete and speedy recovery as he navigates both his legal matters and his health journey. Now, the sentencing is set for October 3rd, days before his 53rd birthday. Y'all remember who else sentencing is scheduled for October 3rd? Diddy.
Diddy, Diddy. They're
Yes,
gonna
honey.
be busy October 3rd. Mm,
They sure are. Well, the Grammy winning artist was convicted in 2023 on 10 counts tied to a sweeping international conspiracy involving millions in foreign funds. Prosecutors accused him of helping funnel $865,000 into Barack Obama's 2012 campaign. He later reportedly attempted to persuade the Trump administration to ease off Malaysian financier Zhou Lo. Lo is still wanted for his role in the notorious is that IMDb scandal. Michelle has been free on bond while awaiting sentencing. He has fought the conviction aggressively and maintained his innocence. His appeal centers on what he claims was incompetent representation, alleging that his defense attorney relied on artificial intelligence to craft his closing arguments. His case even brushed against presidential politics earlier this year when the Hollywood Reporter revealed that Donald Trump was allegedly considering granting him a pardon. While the former president never publicly addressed the reports, Michelle's team said that they were exploring all available options. For now, he recovers from surgery. So, whew, what that iconic dance lady say? Woo, child, y'all committing treason up in here. So, let's
that's
see.
crazy. That's crazy.
We have a comment looking like a Nigerian minister.
Oh wow, wow, and the accuracy is just crazy, crazy.
Well, does anybody want to add anything about Prize, Fuji's, or Nigerian ministers
Mm-mm.
before we go to the next story?
Yeah, colon cancer ain't no joke. Ew.
Yeah, I wish you speedy
Taurus.
recovery if there's, but if there's anything I know about colon cancer.
Mm-mm. Yeah, Miranda has. I mean, Charlotte has her hand up.
Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Give us your tithe and offerings. Thank you.
Oh, that's hilarious. Cause oh my god, that picture really does look like that. Oh,
Hmm.
that hit the nail on the head right there.
Y'all can go ahead and talk about that Haitian man if you want to, honey. I want no smoke with the Haitian community. Look,
Okay.
Sapase, big up to all of y'all. We want no smoke here. Auntie Derek's daytime tea.
That's true. I love my Haitian brethren and sisters. I love them.
Same here. Well, honey, well, speaking of someone that I happen to love, but my favorite tourist does not, and this is another story I couldn't wait to talk about, honey, because I just know my favorite tourist is about to read her down, honey. But Mary J. Blige.
Oh shit, shit. Look, I don't even. Don't start nothing, Will.
Oh,
Okay, I don't
oh,
want.
you are.
Don't start nothing.
Go ahead, Auntie. Go
Look,
ahead.
you already know he about to read her to the ground, honey. But Tyrese is out here talking, and he said that he's been trying to collab with Mary, honey, for the longest, and she just keeps turning him down, and he's really hurt by it.
Is that why he was on the internet crying?
Uh huh. Yeah, well,
Oh,
one of the
I'm
reasons,
sorry.
yes.
Oh God. Oh, he's so pathetic. God damn it. That's who need to be dragged.
So
Don't drag Mary.
before I even start reading, I have to hear what my favorite tours has to say. Please go ahead, favorite tour.
Oh Lord.
This collaboration makes a lot of sense because his mental state sounds like Mary J. Blige's vocal ability. Just out. Just it.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow. Wow. Oh you feel like you on a roll today, huh? You just
I
cooking and clacking.
I did do that. I'm just here minding my black-owned business. Here, Auntie come talk about Synthetica bust down, and then here we are. So like,
Oh,
Oh, he's a ragged.
I
Oh, that's
knew it,
crying
honey.
ass. Oh my God.
Well, this Capricorn, Tyrese, has never shied away from sharing his emotions. He recently opened up about how hurt he felt by Mary J. Blige declining his request to collab on music. During an Instagram live on Labor Day, the actor and singer admitted his feelings were bruised after the Queen of Hip Hop Soul passed on two of his songs. I tried my best to get Mary J. Blige on both songs. She passed on it, Tyrese told fans. It's okay. I feel a way about it. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt. I can't lie. Tyrese clarified that his disappointment came with nothing but admiration for her. He doubled down on his love for Mary, calling her legendary and reminding fans that he's been chasing a collaboration with her for years. Back in July of 2023, the Fast and Furious star took to Instagram with a heartfelt PSA, practically begging for someone to help him connect with Blige. Can someone please help me get a hold and reach Mary J. Blige? I've been trying to reach her for 2 weeks, he wrote at the time, adding that he didn't have her number or email. I really didn't want to post this, but I'm really trying to reach my Capricorn queen, Mary J. Blige. I have something so important that I need to get to her. MJB, however, never connected with him on wax. Um, Her distance from the Signs of Love making singer could have something to do with her 50th birthday in 2022. A clip from an event of Mary's went viral after Tyrese tried to get a little too comfortable while posing for a photo with her. Mary, dressed in a high slit gown and showing off her toned legs, quickly shut him down when he attempted to rest his hand on her thigh. The No More Drama singer faced the No More Drama singer's face said a whole lot as she made it clear that her boundaries were set. And then they have the video here, but we've seen that video enough. But yeah, so I just find that I feel personally as a fan of both of their singing. Shut up, favorite tours. But as a fan of both of their singing, I feel like this collaboration could have been like some straight up, like two Capricorns just singing so much with so much emotion, and I would have loved to have heard it, but
I would too, but don't
I don't
set it
think.
up like that. You giving Will jokes, and I just I can't take it.
Oh, you already know he is about to read her for filth, honey, and I can't wait.
Oh.
Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
so I have a question, right? So this whole title of the Queen of Hip Hop and Soul, right? How can you be royalty when we are in a Barbie dream house of one? It makes no sense to me. On top of that, the thing is, I strongly disagree. Uh, 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 we would be, if this were to ever happen, we would see an influx of ENT cases of ruptured eardrums and
Mm,
increase in folks going to therapy because the amount
mm,
of chaos and
mm.
tomfoolery that would have occurred between these interesting creatures on the
Oh,
song together would have caused. Yeah, I think that would be the true recession indicator because what we know, she don't make good choices to begin with. So
oh. Well, I can't. You know what? That's probably the truest thing you said.
everything I say is true, Miranda.
No,
Everything.
about her. That's probably the truest thing. But everything else, I don't agree with.
Like, I mean, she barely, if you even call it a performance, like she barely does that. What makes she want to get in the booth and sing a new song?
That is true, honey. I don't think she
I'm
want to
not
sing
trying to
another note if she don't have to.
And,
look here. Look here.
and
No, that's two rights. Okay, you've been right twice today about that.
and if she ever decided to stop singing, I would be behind her 125,000% because we have had enough. We have suffered enough.
I will say that, and I personally hope that she does like more acting, like for real, for real. It's especially to see her acting journey and how good she's gotten over the years from where she started, like with the Tyler Perry movie, and then ended up
Hmm.
playing the iconic Monet Tejada on Power Ghost.
Hmm.
Baby, she ate that role. Like you didn't even see Mary J. You saw that crazy ass bitch Monet. And that's like, oh, and she did really well in the Umbrella Academy as well when she played Cha
Oh
Cha the
yeah.
assassin. She was really
Uh-huh.
good in that. So go
Yeah.
ahead, favorite Taurus.
Oh Lord.
Well, Auntie, I just want her to go away in
Oh,
totality.
I don't. I am a fan of this Capricorn woman, honey, and it's my mom's fault. It's definitely that Virgo woman's fault. But hey,
We can't. It was a time. I'm just sorry that that was not your time, Will. I'm sorry, but it was a time.
I
Okay.
know
Okay.
I was what 10, 11 years old, honey, trying to share her world, honey. I was so here for Mary J.
I didn't want
Okay.
I didn't want to know parts of her world, a whole new world,
Oh my
this
God.
world. I wanted to be left
Mm-mm.
alone. Like she brought depression into my life. I don't appreciate it. Her presence brings depression.
The
I
music moved you. I understand. I get it.
It moved
Mhm.
me to depression. I wanted to smoke a cigarette, and I'm 11 years old. That's inappropriate for an 11-year-old. She should be banned. She should. I really think she should be banned.
That means she
Well,
was doing what she was doing. She was conveying the emotions.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It sounds like she
Agreed.
was passing. It sounded like she was passing kidney stone. So if that's the amount of emotion.
You know what? I'm done with you.
Well, I guess Tyrese, honey, don't hold your breath because it don't look like it's happening.
Mary,
It's-
look, Mary has had enough of everybody. She's still got to pay them bills for that man. That's the only reason why she begrudgingly is out on tour.
Yep, and
And
even down
that
to
is,
begrudgingly, and then she's suing her friends for $5 million. Well, excuse me,
I
I'm
thought the
sorry.
friend
Her
was friends suing
friend is
her.
suing her. My bad.
Hmm.
Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
And to be fair, Miranda, we are sick of her. Thank you.
Ooh. Not all of us. I was like, honey, Mary can even come. I was actually here for, even though a lot of people didn't listen to her latest album, their new music. I certainly was here for it. I liked it, but people weren't really trying to hear it. So,
Auntie, you also watched Tubi movies and you ate chitterlings. So
well,
that's
yes,
much. Auntie,
well, yes.
Auntie, and good decision making doesn't always go hand in hand. Case in point, his taste in this particular genre of music, if you even call it music. Thank you.
Yeah, we call it R&B soul, hip hop soul. And for real though, Tyrese though, as crazy as that motherfucker is, he is probably one of my favorite black male vocalists out there. We cannot. Tyrese sings down, and I just feel like something with him and Mary J would have definitely been like a really interesting sound. And I hate.
Interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. Interesting sound. I just hate we're not going to be able to hear
Interesting is a very good choice of words. I would just say that. Interesting. Yeah.
it. Well, speaking of interesting, would anybody want to add anything about these two
No, no.
Capricorns?
Please get off my screen, please.
Oh, well, our next story. So y'all probably are not familiar with this actor here, but I'm familiar because he's been in like a couple of movies that I've seen. But Nicholas Braun, and he's played in things like Succession. Does anybody in here watch Succession or has watched it? I'm not
No,
familiar
I
with the
haven't
show.
watched it. I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it. I heard it's good. Oh no, he does not look familiar.
Mm-mm.
Okay, have y'all seen the movie Zola?
Mm-mm.
Uh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
anyway, he played the white boyfriend in Zola. So, well, anyway, well, he was just arrested for a DUI, child. Another stupid honey. I don't. I just
What? Why do they
getting
do
behind the
that?
wheel after having a drink. Right. That's my question. Like, why? 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 But y'all see where it says here: Succession star Nicholas Braun arrested for DUI. This is his stupid ass here. So bad look for Succession star Nicholas Braun. The actor got busted for DUI in New Hampshire. TMZ has learned. Cops in Maltonboro pulled him over Friday night. He landed in Carroll County lockup for about an hour before walking free on his own recognizance. No bail, just a court date coming up. And get this, no mugshot either. Turns out the police camera wasn't working. Okay. Braun was arrested on suspicion of DUI impairment and operating without lights. According to court records, Braun is scheduled to be arraigned on the morning of September 16th. Braun, of course, shot to fame as fan fave cousin Greg on HBO's Succession. He's no stranger to the screen. Besides Succession, he popped up in flicks like Zola, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and Sky High. Martinborough, New Hampshire is about 2 hours north of Boston, Massachusetts. Stupid. This must be him as cousin Greg in Succession. I heard it was a good show. It just no shade. Too many white people in it for me, honey, for me to want to watch it. So I feel like maybe more black people have to tell me that the show was good. Then I may check it out, but I probably won't. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I learned something new today. I didn't know that DUIs could be misdemeanors, considering how serious folks could harm themselves and harm other people. I didn't realize that there was there's area for that level of,
Uh
I don't
huh.
want to say irresponsibility, but area of crime that would warrant a misdemeanor instead of an automatic felony. That's very interesting to me.
No, it turns into a felony when they, I think it's if they cause harm and or multiple DUIs. I think then it gets upgraded to felony, but it
And
usually starts off as a misdemeanor.
see,
Oh,
this is what happens when you don't drink. You don't know this shit. So,
okay.
thank you, Miranda. I had no idea.
Well, shoot, I drink. I just don't drink and drive, so I didn't know that either. In fact, I get slizzard, honey. I like to get drunk on my ass, and I still know not to get my ass behind the wheel because there's too many options for
Somebody
me to
else
not
needs to
have
be
to.
drunk. Look, all these people around, somebody finna drive me somewhere.
Hello,
That's
child.
crazy.
Well, does anybody want to add anything on this crazy ass and his white privilege before we go to the next story?
Man.
Well, speaking of someone who wishes she had white privilege, Zoe Kravitz. So let's
Oh
talk about
God,
her.
no, Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Well, this is one of those things where a broken clock can be right twice a day. Because I mean, she has a good point, but it's one of those things where I can also understand the argument that people are tired of like, people dissecting old shows that were on TV and stuff like that. But anyway, so I have this link from People. Oh, excuse me, not People. I'm sorry, Entertainment Weekly. Forgive me. I have this app from Entertainment Weekly, and let me get this slide. You all should see where it says here Zoe Kravitz is not a fan of the homophobia in Friends and other 90s shows. So, 90s nostalgia, Zoe Kravitz says bring it on. But the casual homophobia laced throughout so much media from the decade, keep it. The star of Big Little Lies confessed her new film, Caught Stealing, kindles a powerful yearning for some aspects of the era. I'm really nostalgic for that time, Kravitz recently told People. Then also the fashion. All that stuff is so cool. New York City and the grunge. But there was one thing she never ditched the 2020s for: super homophobic jokes on mainstream television. If you watch Friends now, you're like, whoa, that's what the fuck you get for watching Friends and not living single in the first place. But anyway,
No,
Travis is.
what to call it? Ari Lennox is the same. She's been doing the same thing. I need these younger people just stay in your lane, please. We know it was homophobic. We know it was all kind of things. It was a different time. We have evolved. We don't need you to just dissect it now. We know. Oh God, they're getting on my
Mhm.
fucking nerves.
Well, Kravis's co-star Darren Aronofsky's comic crime caper Austin Butler responded to Kravis's reservation with shock, asking, "Wow, even in Friends?" Kravis replied, "Oh, so much in Friends. Like things that aren't punchlines are punchlines. It's wild. So maybe that we can keep that there. Keep your ass there." Anyway, the plastic sitcom centered on the lives of six young adults living in New York City seems the platonic ideal of an unproblematic fave, having been syndicated and streamed continually by millions since it left the air over 20 years ago. But Friends' queer fan base would have no trouble telling you exactly how regressive the series could be. Two of the main storylines that make Friends a particularly hard rewatch where LGBTQ rights are concerned are the relationship between Carol, played by Jane Savett, Ross, David Schwimmer's ex-wife, her longtime girlfriend Susan, Jessica Hecht, and Chandler's transparent, played by Chandler, we know played by Matthew Perry. The episodes featuring Carol and Susan, particularly the season 2 episode, the one with the lesbian wedding, are rife jokes at the queer couple's expense, and many in the cast and crew have expressed retroactive regret for how derisive is that derisively? I've never used that word before. Sorry. Derisively, Chandler's parent was written and treated. We kept referring to her as Chandler's father, even though Chandler's father was trans. Friends creator Marta Kaufman noted in 2022. Pronouns were not yet something that I understood, so we didn't refer to that character as she. That was a mistake. In 2018, the actress who played the character, Kathleen Turner, declared the show hasn't aged well. Oh, and honestly, and a lot of stuff that we haven't aged well, but it's just like, what we gonna do? We gonna keep dissecting it, or we gonna keep? Maybe there's the reason that people keep dissecting the old shows is because maybe there's not enough creativity for new shows for them to dissect, or I don't know, but it's just like it kind of gets a book because even me as a gay black person, and even I live like, that was cringe, but I'm not going to sit there and write think pieces of it,
Yeah.
But
Totally.
uh,
Definitely get the cringe, but yeah, we know it's cringe. We've
and that was
evolved
just
out
a
of that
sign of the
space.
times.
Yes, I mean, people were okay with. I mean, it was so many things. We were okay with so many wrong things, and yeah, and
Yep. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
I'm in the minority here, but I actually enjoy when folks like Ari and Zoe um, share their perspectives on shows from the '90s. For the simple reason that the three of us in particular, we're of a certain age range, right? And so
mhm.
we were in a certain point of our lives um, when this entertainment was out, and so we are so closely tied to it and to those things that we don't necessarily understand or see things from a different perspective, and ultimately that's how we grow. So these younger people rediscovering or discovering for the first time shows like Friends, or we even go back to America's Next Top Model, all those types of things, and they pinpoint things, well, they point things out from a very um, excuse me, with recency bias, because that's the only thing that they can go off of. It
Hmm.
brings an additional layer to the show, and to me, it brings upon a different layer of interest, because I'm not because by then, if I'm presented with new information, I'm not still thinking of it or consuming whatever it is through the lens of someone who didn't before, and so it brings a lot more context to what it is that I am engaging in. Not saying that it's right, not saying any of that. Just understanding those two worlds, where we were and where they are, and how those two versions of people are consuming the same information. So I think it's great. You know, um, I don't have to agree with it most of the time. I don't. Well, sometimes I don't. Other times, like, what? Yeah, you're kind of right. You guys kind of nailed that. I just think it brings new life into the shows, even though it may have like a negative overtone to it when they address things like Zoe is here, or what Ari is doing as well. It adds depth to something that we've already established, that we are so familiar with and we know and we love. you know. So I
Yeah.
welcome.
I love your positive spin on that. But I think I have a little bit of beef with Joey anyway, because I'm like, you can see that, but you can't see the wrong in your racial take
Wake it
on
the
on
fuck
your
up, Moon.
on
Wake it
your
up, girl.
ethnicity. But okay, okay, girl, okay, you want to be
With
white
her
so bad.
goofy
Ugh,
ass. So I just don't want to be known as a black
goofy.
actress. I just want to be known as an actress. I mean, girl, bye.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She gets on my nerves. And I'm
And you
like,
sucked as Catwoman.
To be fair, I
that
didn't
part.
I didn't realize we even claimed her. If I'm being honest.
Honestly, we did, especially like around 2010, before this was back before she started really opening her mouth, and she really did. We didn't hear her opinions on things, but this was back when she was like almost a fashion icon. Like, you remember how Rihanna was dominating like the red carpets and stuff. So was she, and she was like, I don't want to say bootleg Rihanna, but people were looking at Zoe for fashion inspiration too. And then she ended up playing in that movie Dope, which a lot of us liked, and we was like, oh, she's cute. Oh shit. And then what was the remake with High Fidelity remake where she famously played her mom's role. So we was rooting for her. The black people were rooting for her for one, but then the girl started talking. We were like, oh, okay, girl.
Um, yeah, that's news to me. I didn't know we claimed her to begin with. So I was like, I didn't understand the visceral reaction whenever that she came up, because I didn't think we rocked with her like that to begin with. But now that you say that, I do recall seeing, not hearing her, seeing her in like the early 2010s or whatnot, and she did have a presence back then, so that makes sense.
We wanted her to be that girl because we're really big fans of her parents. Like, what most of us, like, we love Denise from the Cosby. A lot of us love A Different World, and a lot of us damn sure love us some Lenny Kravitz. Honey, I'm actually willing to be one of his wives. So yeah, and you know what? If I happen to be Zoe's stepmom, I think I can change her. I think I can make her change for the better. And just sit and have a nice conversation with her. After me and her father do what we do. But anyway, does anybody want to add anything else about this girl before we go to the next story? Okay. Well, this next story, we won't spend too much time on it. I'm just actually happy that see, this is the kind of I'm happy to see a lot of queer representation because it's needed. And you kind of see how, even when we were just talking about Snoop Dogg, and you see how outraged people are when they see, but it's just nice to see people living in their truth. I bring that up to say because one of Hollywood starlets just got married. Chloe Grace Moretz married her partner. And let me get this link for y'all here by way of CNN. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know she was lesbian. Oh, good for her. So you see where it says Chloe Grace Moretz marries oops, excuse me. Let me get that off here. Move, ho. Okay. I just don't do that, y'all. Actually read the terms of service. Don't click you agree and you haven't read them. Don't do what I just did. Okay, anyway. Chloe Grace Moretz marries partner Kate Harrison. And y'all see this is Chloe. This is Kate here. So actor Chloe Grace Moretz and photographer Kate Harrison have announced that they are married. Moretz, who's 28, known for her roles in movies such as Kick Ass and Bad Neighbors 2, and model Harrison, who's 34, tied the knot over Labor Day weekend. It was announced in an interview with Vogue. The pair wore wedding dresses and party outfits designed by Louis Vuitton, and Moretz thanked the fashion house and its artistic director for women's wear, Nicolas Guesquier, in an Instagram post on Monday. She goes by words can't express how this feels. Okay, yeah, yeah, she's happy. Congratulations. But yeah, I didn't even know I really enjoyed her in Kick Ass, and she did that Carrie remake. I don't know if y'all see the remake that she was Carrie in the reboot. So I did not know me and her played for the same team. So shout out to her. Yes. Well, does it? Hey, Beezus. What does anybody want to add anything about these girls and their marriage before we go to the next story? I just have. Why do I have a feeling y'all don't even know who this girl is? But anyway, well, speaking of people who we don't know who they are, I personally don't know who this person is that we're about to talk about, but just a heads up, y'all, this is a very sad and gruesome story. But an influencer and her family were actually found in Mexico, child. But let me get that people link for y'all. This is crazy. And some of you may have heard of this influencer. I'm just not familiar with them. But her name is Esmeralda Ferrer Garibe, it looks like. And let me go back to the slide here. Okay. So y'all should see where it says here, influencer Esmeralda Ferrer Garibe, who's 32, found dead inside abandoned car with husband and 2 kids. So this is her here. So influencer Esmeralda Ferrer Garibe has died at age 32. On August 22nd, 4 bodies were abandoned and wrapped in plastic inside a pickup truck in the San Andres neighborhood of Guadalajara, Mexico. Prosecutor Alfonso Gutierrez Santillan, excuse me, said in a press conference. Several days later, they were identified as the content creator and her 36-year-old husband and their 2 children, 13 and 7, per Mexican newspaper El Financiero. According to El Financiero, 3 men who worked at a mechanic shop where the vehicle containing the bodies was abandoned were arrested, though they were released because there was insufficient evidence to connect them to the crime. Local authorities are continuing to investigate the family's death. Garibe's TikTok account, named Esmeralda FG, dates back to April 2020 when she began posting cosmetic lip syncing clips to her profile. As the account grew to more than 43,000 followers, she transitioned to lifestyle and travel content. On August 7th, in her final post before her death, the influencer shared a video driving her car on her ranch. In another post this month, Garibe shared a video of her fluffy white dog running on her lawn. And this is another picture of her. In the comments of her final post, followers shared tributes to the late internet personality after learning of her death. May God have mercy on her and her family, something you don't wish on anyone, wrote in a translated post. But yeah, honey, wrapped in plastic, I immediately thought that was the cartel, honey. Wrapped in plastic? Are you her, the husband, and the kids wrapped in plastic and left in a car? I ain't gonna talk too much about this, honey, because I don't want the cartel coming after me because I know they do not play. But this shit was wild. When I was reading this, my mouth dropped to the floor, and I was like, "Whoa!" Her the whole family wrapped in plastic, abandoned in the car. I just, huh? So probably maybe she or the husband owed somebody some money. Owe that cartel. So I don't know. So let me get off this story. Anybody want to add anything before we go to the next story? Okay, well I have 3 more stories left, and this one, another white person, Drake. Drake actually commented on being called a culture vulture. And we have a little video clip. Well, first of all, I just found it real odd that he was interviewing about this with that girl. What's that white girl name? How you say her name? Bobby Althoff? Althoff? How you say that? That girl who just have a really aloof personality and just be interviewing all those rappers and stuff. But anyway, he was talking to her and he made a comment on how he feels about being called a culture vulture. Let me show. I have this link from All Hip Hop that talks about it. And let me make sure I share the screen so you all can see it. So y'all should see Drake speaks on being labeled a culture vulture in new Bobby Althoff interview. And if I'm saying her name wrong, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, let me go straight down to the video so that way we can see what his ass talking about, and then we'll get off this. I don't, y'all know I don't see it for Drake.
I experience a lot of guilt tripping in my life where people are like, no, like this is like this would like this is like your fault essentially, or like, and my intentions are pure, like it's the same way even in music, people will be like, oh, like, oh, you're a culture vulture, or like like people will describe the collaborative efforts that I've put forth and the artists that I've picked up and lifted up, or shine a light on as as me taking, they'll put a negative spin on it and try and tell me, that it's a self-serving thing or whatever. And I think I get really sensitive about that. And I think at that moment I was just like, well, you know what, then
Yeah.
don't even worry about it. And so I was extremely short, and then afterwards I was just really, really snappy.
The truth hurts on it, motherfucker. That girl, boy, bye. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
He doesn't even sound like someone that belongs in the culture. He even sounds like an outsider. It's very weird how he even addressed it. He didn't even talk about it from like the perspective of him being involved. He sounds like like a non-black person engaging in black culture when he himself is half
Mhm.
black. It's crazy. It just made his plight even worse. Like, but of course, the white girls and the people with no self worth will eat everything that he says up, and so here he is, still being uber successful and profiting off of the contributions of Black Americans, and not give two shits back if he is not involved in getting any type of monetary compensation, regardless, and he'll continue to keep taking. It's crazy, and he's not like us. Wop 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 wop.
You better wake it up. And just like this comment we have, he proved K dot right. Absolutely. Like, child, boy, bye. You Canadian bitch. Bye. I'm so over him. And honestly, quiet as it's kept, he sounds like a slave master or a slave owner. Look at all the, I mean, I brought people on. Look what all these, what you're saying. Essentially, I done, all these black bodies I made work for me, and I got money off of them. And just like my favorite tour said, don't even think about giving back. So the only thing he does to a community is go and steal from them. He never gives back to any boy. Drake, get off my line. Go ahead, favorite tours.
He sounds like a white liberal trying to justify the fact that they are liberals. That's exactly what he sounds like keeping score for the sake of keeping score, not because he necessarily wants to, because from a public perception, it's the right thing to do, quote unquote. It's giving straight out of the white liberal playbook, and it's so tired.
That part. Well, does anybody want to add anything to this motherfucker who's not like us before we go to the next store? Well, it's actually still about his well, adjacent to him. Cause well, do y'all remember I Love McConan? The one who like he was very popular in the what was it, like 2012 or so. He had that famous song "Club Going Up on a Tuesday." Well, there was a video that came out of him last week. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see this, but he was pretty much he was a chef working in the kitchen, and he was just pretty much saying, "Hey, if you need a celebrity chef for your event, hit me up." Da 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 da. And pretty much just taking pride in his work. So he had a lot of comments on like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, did he fall off or whatever?" So he addressed it. He addressed those comments, And I have that here from All Hip Hop. I just find him to be oddly attractive. He looked like somebody uncle, and y'all know what uncles do to me anyway. So
Okay, I'm
let
sorry.
me.
I'm just coming back in from a quick meeting. Who is this again? And what's happening? Because I still have more comments
Well,
about
this is I
Drake
Love McConan.
punk ass. Who? I love McConan. Who is he?
Yeah, you remember him? Club going up on a
Oh,
Tuesday. Got
oh,
you.
he look old as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
That.
God.
Yeah, you know I'm
Some,
into that girl.
I
But
know
and you know
that's your
he
lane.
came out as he came out as gay not too long ago. So
Really?
and a
No,
lot of
I
people
didn't know
speculated.
that.
Yep, a lot of people speculated that that may have had something to do with his sour relationship with Drake and the OVO crew and stuff like that, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, but probably.
And we have a comment saying he looks like one of the Whisperers. I am screaming, honey.
God rest. God, which one died? Oh, rest his soul.
It was
One of
I
the
can't
twins.
Walter.
remember.
Walter passed away.
Walter passed away. You know what? He looked like one of their love children. You,
Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. He looks like one of the whispers, and
Uh,
I but something else that I thought of, like he definitely is shining a light to like the realities of operating in the music industry, and he's making an honest living, and people they don't care enough to really go into like the nuances of what it is they consume and why it is they consume and who is creating the things that they consume, you know and so it's easy to come to the assumption that many of them have about him, quote unquote, falling off. What if that moment was only meant for him to have a fleeting moment and not something that is sustainable within the music industry? Because people don't realize how toxic and harmful that, and ironically enough, which is supposed to bring us joy and entertainment, how toxic and harmful it is to folks that operate in it. He's one of the lucky people that got out of it relatively unscathed and more importantly, alive. You know,
Hello. And it's crazy that you say that, Will, because his response about all of this is actually almost verbatim to what you just said.
oh,
Yes, honey. So, and y'all see where it says here, I love McCone silences critics after viral kitchen video stirs up Drake chatter. Well, I love McCone went viral this week, or last week rather, after posting a video of himself working in the kitchen during a fundraiser in Portland. Hey, my gorgeous moon. Prompting a wave of speculation about his career and past ties to Drake. The clip, which circulated widely on social media, showed the Tuesday artist behind a counter preparing food. While some praised his humility and work ethic, others questioned how the Grammy Award nominated artist ended up in that position. Several users brought up his former affiliation with Drake and OVO Sound, reigniting long-standing conversations about his trajectory in the music industry. But according to McConan, the kitchen shift wasn't about a fall from grace. It was about giving back. He was volunteering to help raise money to rebuild Burn Money Studios, a Portland-based recording space he frequently used that was destroyed in a fire earlier this month. So this is the statement here. Well, speaking with AudioMac co-founder Brian Zisuk, I think that's how you say his name. Brian, we just gonna call him Brian for now. Speaking with co-founder Brian, McConan explained his decision to step away from the traditional music business. Music was a way out, but once I saw the politics, the egos, the fake shit, I knew this wasn't for me. Respectfully, I wanted to remove myself. Though he's no longer involved in the in the industry machine, McConan hasn't stopped creating. He's released 4 singles in the past 2 months and says he still enjoys making music, but on his own terms. I'd love to keep making art, but the business side, I want out. The 36-year-old also addressed the constant comparisons to Drake, who remixed Tuesday and signed him to OVO in 2014. People always tie my story back to Drake, but I haven't had a relationship with him since 2015. Since distancing himself from the spotlight, McConan has taken on various jobs to stay afloat. The only thing that really makes me happy is when I can help somebody else, he said. I'm not embarrassed by any of it. This is survival. This is real. That's real life. The fire that destroyed Burn Money Studios occurred early this month in Portland. And just out of curiosity, my gorgeous moon, have you heard anything about that? Was that studio being burnt down on the news?
No, I mean it probably was, but I didn't heard it. It's a Burn Money Studios.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even heard of that studio. I wonder how long they've been around. And I wonder who, because I used to be, ha ha ha, I used to be in that scene when I first got back here.
Ow.
Um, yeah, long story. We'd have to talk offline about that one.
Yes.
Let me see, where were they? Southeast Nine.
But the crazy
Yeah, I'm
thing
not
is
familiar.
him signing Drake signing him in 2014, but then a year later they separate. That's just crazy to me. Like I think that's like, to me that's indicative of just how much of a snake Drake is.
Oh, he's been
Like,
like that. Like him and Weekend were linked, and apparently Drake did some foul shit to him. So
mm,
I'm not surprised. He's got a record for that. And again, Drake keeps proving at every turn Kendrick was right. And I mean at every turn he is fulfilling every prophecy that Kendrick put on him. So whatever.
every last one, down to the legalities, honey, taking shit to court, child. Whew. Go ahead, favorite tourist.
Are you referring to the Pulitzer Prize winner, Kendrick Lamar?
Oh,
That I am.
right.
Okay, just checking. Got it.
Yes,
Mm,
that Kendrick, the one, the lyrical slayer. Like, come on,
The,
sir.
the one that won a Pulitzer Prize.
Okay, okay. What in your right mind thought you was gonna be able to go up against that? That man
Child.
is methodical, like down to the T. You
But
shouldn't
this is
even
how you
want
know
to.
like Drake really has that white man's audacity. Because
He does.
after what happened between him and Pusha T, honey, I wouldn't want to beef with nobody else, honey. Not one other person in this industry. But no, he felt like he can do it,
Oh
and
yeah.
now because
Okay.
he's lost, he's suing UMG.
Okay. But he wants to sue. I swear, with his whole heart, he probably wants to sue Kendrick, but he know that would just be a extra line too far. But whatever. Just to follow up, Burn Music was founded in 2016, which was after I had left that particular world. So I never knew any of those people. I don't think.
Oh, well, if you ever happen to get back in that scene and get bored enough and you happen to see McConan
I'll let him
out
know.
there,
I'll pass the message
yeah,
along.
pass the message or give him my email
I
because
will.
I certainly love McConan.
I know.
Well, does anybody want to add anything else before we go to our last story?
Fuck Drake.
Hello, that part.
Hmm.
Well, Colin Kaepernick, honey, if you really want to play football, then maybe you should call the UFL. Because the UFL basically, yeah, because they basically saying, I mean, hey, come on over here, come on over to Death Row. Let me stop. But I have this link from TMZ here, and let me get that for y'all here. And you all should see where it says, Colin Kaepernick, call you UFL if you want to play. League will listen, exec says, excuse me. So if Colin Kaepernick wants to put some tape together for an NFL return, there's, oh,
And
sorry.
now you're working with the UFL.
Sorry, did
Uh-oh.
not mean for that to play automatically. But anyway, it says if he wants to put some tape together for an NFL return, there's one league open to giving him that platform. Because UFL exec Doug Whaley says if the quarterback came calling, they'd listen. Whaley, the UFL's senior vice president of player personnel, spoke with TMZ Sports this week, right ahead of the 2025-26 NFL season, which will mark nearly 9 years since Kaepernick last played in the league. The UFL, United Football League, has built a reputation for giving players and coaches a platform to develop their way to the NFL. So we asked whether Kaepernick, who hasn't played since his national anthem demonstration, would be welcome to go on a similar route. He hasn't reached out to us, so it was one of those. It was one of those things where we've seen that, and he knows we're here. So if he really wants it, we would listen. Whaley said, "It costs us nothing to listen. There are avenues for him, not only with us, but CFL. There are other avenues that if he wanted to put a recent game tape out there, he could have the chance to do it." Kaepernick was a solid quarterback who got his starting spot with the 49ers after Alex Smith suffered an injury in the 2012 season. He earned 85 touchdowns, 13 on the ground, as the Niners starter, and broke several records, including most rushing yards by a QB in a single game, 181. He guided the 49ers to a Super Bowl in New Orleans, but after opting out of his contract ahead of the 2017 season, he hasn't played in the pros since. He filed a collusion grievance against the league, which ultimately ended in a settlement. So, as people who watch, even if y'all don't watch like football, y'all still watch, sports ball. Do y'all think he will call? Like, I don't. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
No,
You know his ego ain't gonna let him work for the UF. It
exactly.
ain't gonna do it.
And the reason why
And did you hear his wife? Mm-mm,
the reason
mm-mm.
why I say that is because Colin has had quite a few opportunities to get back into the league, like even on like a probationary period, and he hasn't gotten past any of them. So it's like my thing is, like, I don't believe it would be worth the what's the UFL? It's not the NFL. I'm not sure how much it'll be worth the effort or investment, to play for that league, considering where he came from. But also, I'm not sure considering that he hasn't been playing professionally, because that's a totally different ball game in itself, pun intended, when it comes to like prepared readiness. I'm not quite sure that it would be beneficial to him.
No, you're right. And I actually, I was curious, so I googled, the salary for UFL players, and it says like their minimum salary. They just actually had a raise, like a 12% raise, and now it is said in 2026 the players will the minimum what they'll be making will be $65,000. So yeah, I don't think he can't even buy a cup of a grande a cup of coffee with that at Starbucks. With his so I don't it don't I don't think he'll call, but I don't know sports. So go ahead, favorite Taurus.
That is worse than an entry level software engineer. That
Yeah.
salary, worse than an entry level
Wait, what was the salary?
65.
Oh, he ain't gonna do it.
Mm-mm.
No, no.
This is someone
Yeah,
that's
oh, sorry, boo.
sorry. I was going to say this is someone that's been used to playing for millions of dollars. So if he were to give it a good old college try, it would be purely for the love of the game and not for money. You know, and people don't do shit for free. So
Yep. So I have an article from the USA Today. It says in 2024, UFL players made a minimum salary of $55,000, meaning the players received a $7,005 raise for the 2025 campaign. They will also see a minor bump in 2026 when the minimum salary will rise to 64,000. So I'm sorry, I gave them an extra thing. It's actually 64, not 65. So yeah. So long story short, Colin Kaepernick ain't going over there. So that's that on that. Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I go not watch my stores because Beyond the Gates aren't showing any new episodes this week. Oh, damn you, CBS. But does anybody want to add any tea that they want to share, or do they have any stores I may have missed?
I just want to say I am so deeply saddened to hear the news that Underneath the Commode will not have any new episodes this week. I don't know what I'm going to do with my time and my world. I'm just deeply hurt. They
I
decided.
am livid.
Well, it was a holiday weekend, so
I don't give a damn
they took
about
a
that.
page from your book. Sorry.
No, if they could have new episodes of General Hospital or Young and the Rest of the stuff, they could play new episodes of Beyond the Gates.
They said we ain't wasting it on a 4-day week. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, hey, in the back of the fridge they need some new material, so they're probably right now spoiling.
Don't do that. Oh, I did want to bring up. Did you see where I posted the the vlogger, the cute little vlogger dude that had been trying to figure out his name?
Oh, Ryan, or Scott
Scott
Ryan, I think.
Evans? No, yeah, Scott. No,
Scott
is it
Evans.
Evans with his
Why did I?
cutie patootie self?
He is cute. I don't know why I want to name him Ryan. I guess he looks like a Ryan.
I know, but I always wonder where he come from. Like, how did he get there doing these interviews? But he's such a cutie patootie.
I was like, cause he cute. When you want that cute man talking to you, honey, I'll tell him anything about me.
This is where you would binge your old man rules
Hmm.
because he is cute. I don't care, and he has such a sweet and cute personality.
Yep. Yes, indeed. So shout out to him. Shout out to Scott Evans. I will not call you Ryan anymore. And sorry we couldn't think of your name the first time. Well, y'all,
Yeah.
well, thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time for a live show if you can make it. Don't forget to hit us up at Auntie at AuntieDerek.com. Until then, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, guys.